Hello everyone, Dungeon Frog here, and today I want to showcase a character I always wanted to build. I always did plan it, and it actually took quite some planning to actually make it worthwhile because it's kinda a meme thing. Because, as you can see, we are a Spectral Throw build, but what you maybe don't know is that we are only throwing one projectile. And that's pretty fun, I have to say. It's like not the usual way you would build Spectral Throw with multiple projectiles. And I have to be honest, it was one of the most fun and unique leveling experiences I ever had in PoE. Because, like, you really, especially at the beginning of the game, you had to look, where am I throwing my one projectile? And I actually, like, I play this game since beta, and I make, like, I don't know, like hundreds of builds and tried different funny things, seen pretty much most builds in the game. And I never seen one like this. And you have to be so careful with how you play this build. Like, what was my first mistake? Like, I thought, like, oh yeah, projectile speed, that might be nice because, like, yeah, then the thing throws faster and farther, and that probably will be cool. But no, don't do that. You probably even want slower projectile speed because, like, we are using the alternate version of the skill, and that one actually has like another trait that, and you actually see it if I throw it. It de-accelerated a bit slower than the usual one, so it comes back a bit slower. Like you see here, throw, but it comes back a bit slower, and it makes at this range a lot of hits if it comes back. So actually, what you want to do is to throw it in a way that it, like, if you want to get a lot of DPS, that the enemy is close to a real wall. Because, like, some walls, like this one, actually are not walls. You can see it throws through the wall. But if you find a real wall, like the one, and I think that was like the greatest fight, I think, was Brutus, the one of the first bosses in Act 1. And, like, he has, or you see it, like, here. That's, oh, no, that's not a real wall. That's, I just thought we had one. Yeah, here we got one. No, yeah, here. As you can see, you try, and that's what you do in boss fights. You try to get the boss between you and a wall, and then you just attack. And those things, like, they make, like, I don't know, 10, 20 hits, which can be sometimes a problem if they have, like, corrupting blood and you don't have a gem for it. Then yeah, that gonna give you a lot of stacks actually pretty fast. You just throw one projectile and it goes like crazy fast up. And yeah, so the leveling experience was really great. I have to say it again, it was really fun. I think to overcome all the problems with this build, to position yourself correctly, to do optimum damage. It's like, yeah, you have to be actually careful to play this build. And another thing which I find interesting is, like, we actually tried to, like, I think probably a good idea would be to have a two-handed weapon, like do a lot of damage, because, like, we need damage. Like, it's not it's a good scaling skill, I have to be honest, but we need damage, and we need somehow a way to clear with this build. And you probably already seen how I kind of made it. My one projectile does a big ignite, and that's actually, like, one of our benefits with how I did build it. We are using the unique ring barracks, I think respite. Let's look at it quickly. Here. And this one has the effect that it gives kind of an ignite proliferation when ignited enemies die. And so we do actually one pretty big ignite with our hit, and this one proliferates. That's pretty much the whole idea how we actually clear. And it's also like we do good single target kinda. And if we need to disengage, then we can. Our dot is also pretty strong. I will soon show you more about in the POV And but yeah, I actually didn't want to use two-handed weapon because like I think if I imagine someone throwing something, one projectile, then it has to be a hammer, like 4. And yeah, I went with it. Got a shield, and the shield helps us a lot with our defensiveness, while we can get enough damage with with a one-handed hammer. I was experimenting a bit with strength stack, but in the end, I wasn't so happy with it. And yeah, we have to be trade because like we need a good mace. I bought my for 1 divine. It's not perfect, but it does its job well enough. We are on a T10 map at the moment, and as you can see, it's like yeah, it's fine. Like we don't clear screens, but yeah, we are kind of tanky. We are kind of fast. I think we are under effect of temporal change, so we are actually a bit faster usually. And yeah, I'm super happy, and I probably will level this character a bit more. Just showcase you some of my items. And what I also found cool is like you get a lot of cool items pretty early. Like this one, Fallborn Xoth's Heart, is wearable on level 5. And I took a really defensive node with it. Helps me with stacking some endurance charges, gives some damage, not much to be honest, but also good defenses so that I'm close to block capped with this character. We also get nearby enemies covered in ash, and that's really good for our DPS. Valkyrie Spite I already showed. The non-corrupted version is even a lower level to wear, but I have this one with anger because like and I turned my precision off because like in most fights, like in most boss fights, they usually have like a phase till they arrive, and you can like look how far can I shoot if the boss is here, like where my golem is, or like here. Then you look that this is my point, so I probably want to stand here. So even further back, like here, then I throw my projectiles, and you want to throw like 5 projectiles. And when he comes into field, those projectiles come back and do like boom, 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 do a big burst damage. That's why you want to have some extra mana left. And you could do this one with like minus mana cost probably. I'm already using inspiration, but I just found one ring, and it's not really good, but I did find it myself, so I kind of like it. I also got this belt pretty early. There are better versions. You can use this min max damage one, which is really good for ignite damage. You could craft one expensive abyss with some stats, but yeah, this one also does the job pretty well. Some basic items. You need some accuracy from your gear. The boots is probably the next item I want to replace. My shield, I think, is pretty decent. You have to, at least I needed to get some dexterity. You can get it through jewels. I got it from my shield to wear everything. Some, decent helm, but also not the best one. And like I said, my weapon, you want something like a lot of fist damage, a lot of fire damage, attack speed, and like the strength and stun. I don't think does matter, but yeah, I guess the 55 strength gives me a bit of survivability, and we take the one node which helps us with our damage. Our projectiles also scale with strength, so it's like not bad. And yeah, that's my gear. Like it is a Scion, so actually we have a lot of places for jewels. So yeah, you probably want to have, like, it's not a good first character, and it's also not a good solo self-found character. And I also would say it's not a good hardcore character if you don't have gear. But if you have gear, I think it's fine in hardcore. So there's some limitations, but like for a kind of meme build, I'm like super happy with the build. Like I did expect like nothing, and it's super. I really enjoy it. Like it's really cool. And yeah, like you say, see a level 10 map, no problem. We are level 85, and yeah, I'm really happy with this build. So it's great. So let's look quickly a bit into POBDB to see the numbers, and they are pretty okay. So let's just quick slot fast over. We start as a Scion, like I said, get some resistances. And what do we get from Scion? We actually take the Trickster, who does help us a lot with damage and slows down the enemies. We also have skitterbots, but I took skitterbots as the last socket. Also the last as the last aura. Also the last socket was hypothermia. So those two went last. So then we got a slow already. The leech, yeah, it's like it does not really matter that much, and also the suppressed damage is like, yeah, nice, but also not that really important. So we'd mainly take it for the damage, and later, if we, like you see, this POBDB is for level 90. This node is actually pretty decent from a damage and health perspective. You could take it, but actually, as you can see, I would try to fix accuracy maybe through this node, or like I took this at the moment, this one, which is decent, and this one, because like I'm traveling now here. That's the last thing I'm taking. Um, because I mean, it gives us a lot of damage, but what do we need is like ignite chance. So if you take this too early, then we can't crit, and I'm using a crit flask to have like a really high ignite chance up. So you want to have your gear ready when you go here, and yeah, I probably should switch at some point. I also at the moment manage my flask with mana. I probably will switch also of this at one point. And like I said, we travel here, go down here, get if you want to go early with the fire node, go here, get the onslaught node so that you level and move faster. Get here some leech, so you don't need a mana flask. Maybe I did actually use it a pretty long time. I also did take this node here for fitting more auras early. I also needed to take the int node here. I didn't need to get the strength node, but yeah, like I said, you will respec out of this and this later if you come to those areas, because you get the int here, and the aura nodes here are a bit better for our build. So you respec out of it here later. If you have resistance problems, you could get points here, but as you can see, like those nodes are resistances, and I also had Allura, so pretty much you don't need much gear to actually have kept gear. You also always, especially if you get the shadow node, you always want to get those like little nodes here. They are most of the time pretty helpful. Um, But yeah, so this is our main skill. With that, we can apply an additional curse. I have elemental weakness. There is probably also another interesting one, could be a mark on hit thing, but I kind of want to stay with one projectile. So I'm having like, you saw flammability on my ring and casting elemental weakness with my spell slot. What I did not try and what could be worth it is to experiment with Flame Wall and Frost Wall. Flame Wall for extra damage and Frost Wall to kind of mimic the walls. Probably should try it. Maybe I will do another video. Not sure. Um, but could be useful. This note is here interesting because like it scales with our strength. Here it's easy to get another. Actually, I have the 30% here and the explosion here. It's just a quick note to get the explosions. Avatar of Fire is really important for our damage to have like the big ignites. We take the whole shield nodes for our good defenses. And yeah, exposure, which I don't have at the moment, helps also a lot of the damage. I should probably get some gloves with exposure at some times. This is also kind of fun. With that, our maces can do a big chill on some enemies, and also gives us shadow extra damage. I have Watcher's Eye, pretty much like this one. Increased damage while anger is really good. On this character, I think my version has also some mana regeneration on clarity, which helps me a bit with the mana sustain. I don't have like a really good note with this, but if you can manage to get a lot of armor and energy shield on your gear, then this note is usually pretty strong. But I don't have it, so I don't use it. But I have like this note with the evasion because I'm like wearing a full evasion item. So yeah, this damage is with Flask on, I think. Yeah, this is that's with Flask on. But yeah, I think we have a decent Flask uptime overall. Because like if we crit, it's not the highest chance, but if we crit, also this free note is also interesting. You can also take those notes for getting to more chance to hit. Yeah, it helps a bit with the flask sustain and the tincture. Yeah, you can use whenever you want. Gear, like I think like I mostly used standard gear for this POBDB. What I not have used standard, I think DPS is like the weapon, and this one is what I'm missing. What you really would like to have is on the weapon, not only the extra damage, but also like accuracy and damage over time multiplier. That would be really good. But well, I don't have it, so there is still room to improve. But like, yeah, I didn't want to pay too much, and yeah, so let's look. Do I have like anything ticked on? Yeah, that's actually one of the biggest problems with this build. Actually, you can see my mana cost is still not really high, but you can see I'm using at the moment a 7 link because I have to put Pierce in because for some reason POBDB does not understand that our Spectral Throw is actually piercing things, and this one does with the quality from the green socket 30% more damage with pierce damage. So I put this one in and to kinda mimic the rest, I didn't put like all qualities here up. So yeah, that's like one build. 3, 6. What do I not use? No, I think I used the same setup like this one. You could take Immolate, but I used this setup in my gear. You can see here some points you could Switch a bit with like a damage taken on hit, with a mark on hit. There's some options what you can do. I think what I like, Frostblink with combustion. I also have here the blood thing on that I don't use mana for the Frostblink. I think that's important. I actually also don't use critical strikes on it. I have power charge on crit on it. I think that might be actually better. Let's change it quickly like I have, but I don't know how is the other skills. Blood something? Is it Bloodlust? No, it's not. Bloodthirst? Also not. How is the skill called which makes it so it costs life? But yeah, that one would be really important because like yeah, you want to get rid of as much mana cost as you can. Yeah, you thanks through killing. Actually, if we kill something, we get here our onslaught on. Like if you we tick this one off, we get nicer damage, and we also get our endurance charges when we kill pretty decently up. So that's usually up, and we have a decent evasion chance. So if we have not been hit and are on full energy shield, then we also can't be stunned, but also our spell suppression is better. If you can get it through gear, also pretty nice. You can go with blood first. I usually don't do, but probably I should. So that you can get on kill. Frenzy charges would also help a lot. So there are still a lot of ways to increase our damage. But yeah, what else would I like to show you? As you can see, one of the interesting things is like a big ignite duration, which scales good with the Barrack Respite ring, because like if we hit something, it will proliferate with the remaining duration if it kills it even more. So like I kill one mob with my throw, it gets killed, but it has like 1 second remaining on the ignite, then it proliferates even farther. And actually, you can see like our damage does not look that impressive. But like I said, like you do a lot of hits with it when it comes back. And yeah, you can see if we get a big ignite, it actually ignites pretty decently, like for 3 million. So you can go back and kind of kite the enemies, and especially if you have like if you would have like frenzy charges up, and if you would have killed recently, then damage is even better. So yeah, we got leech, we got I actually got higher block chance at the moment, so probably even more effective hit points. Overall, a really, really solid build. I never thought when I built this build that it will be so good. And I actually have to say, if you want to try something different, yeah, it's a good choice. I did take a long time to find a build which actually does damage. Like if you look at the top, the name of the build is like version 3, no damage 2. So there, I actually did take quite some time to find a version which actually does decent damage and have decent defensive. And yeah, this version is it. I hope you like this build, because like I really like it. And if you want to see more cool builds in the future, then I would advise you to leave a follow, a like, subscribe. You can watch me on Twitch. At the moment, I'm playing a lot of Grim Dawn, also a great game, where I also do interesting builds, I think, at least. And yeah, I hope that you find this build also interesting. Write it in the comments, I would be interested. And yeah, I hope we see us in the next one. Goodbye.